In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 MLB games happening on April 24, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Colorado Rockies versus Kansas City Royals, Game 2. The Colorado Rockies, who currently sit at a rough 4-18 record overall, are squaring off against the Kansas City Royals, who haven't fared much better at 10-14. This matchup wraps up a 3-game interleague series, and it all goes down Thursday afternoon. Both teams are hoping to finish on a strong note, but wins have been hard to come by. There's a noticeable contrast between the two starting pitchers when you look at how they've performed through April. Chase Dollander has had a tough stretch. He's sitting at 1-2 with a bloated 7.36 earned run average, and opponents are hitting .306 against him across 14.2 innings from 3 starts. On the other side, Cole Ragans has been more reliable, going 1-1 with a much tighter 3.18 earned run average and a 1.06 WHIP over 22.2 innings in 4 starts. Offensively, the difference in home and road performance is striking. The Rockies have been ice cold away from Coors Field, ranking dead last with a team OPS of just .520 on the road. Meanwhile, the Royals haven't been much better at home, putting up a .619 OPS at Kauffman Stadium, which is second worst in the league. As our first pick for this matchup, the Kansas City Royals money line is our full game side pick. Historically, when the Rockies are underdogs on the road, the under tends to hit. They're 10-3 to the under in that spot. While Kansas City should be able to generate offense against Dollander, the real question is whether it'll be enough to send the game over the total. Colorado has consistently played low-scoring games this season, hitting the under in 14 of 22 games and scoring just 3.23 runs per contest, which ranks them 28th in the majors. Facing Ragans, their offense might get even quieter. That puts the onus on the Royals to do most of the scoring, but they've averaged just 2.96 runs per game, lowest in all of baseball. And unlike last year, there's not a huge difference in how they score at home versus on the road. They're putting up 3.2 runs per game at Kauffman compared to 2.69 elsewhere. Neither squad is lighting up the stat sheet when it comes to power hitting either. The Rockies rank 28th in home run frequency, hitting one roughly every 48.6 at-bats. The Royals are even worse, coming in at the bottom of the league with just one home run every 65.67 at-bats. Their struggles at the plate go beyond power too. Both teams have had a hard time just getting on base. Colorado is 25th in on-base percentage with a team mark of .288, and Kansas City is close behind at 29th with a .279 OBP as our second pick for this matchup. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Baltimore Orioles versus Washington Nationals. The Baltimore Orioles, who currently sit at 9 wins and 13 losses, are wrapping up their 3-game series against the Washington Nationals, who come into this final game with a 10-13 record on Thursday. Right now, Washington is playing the sharper brand of baseball. They've managed to come out on top in 3 of their last 4 games, while Baltimore has gone in the opposite direction, dropping 3 of their last 4 contests. The Nationals are giving the ball to Mackenzie Gore for this one, and he's been electric so far this season. Gore leads all of Major League Baseball in strikeouts, and there's a good chance he'll be able to cut through Baltimore's lineup without too much trouble. In his last start, Gore mowed down 13 Rockies batters in just 6 innings. That wasn't a fluke either. He punched out the same number of hitters in his first start this season against the Phillies. Now he gets a crack at a Baltimore offense that's been out of sync lately. They managed just a single hit in the series opener. On the other side, when Baltimore sent out Cade Povich last time, he was shelled for 7 runs in only 3 innings. Over their past 5 games, the Nationals have had a bit more life at the plate, putting up an average of 4.6 runs per game compared to the Orioles' 4. Looking deeper into the pitching numbers over the last 2 weeks, it's clear that both teams are having a rough go, but Baltimore's struggles are even more pronounced. Washington has a team earned run average of 5.28 during that stretch, which is near the bottom of the league at 28, but Baltimore is dead last with a ballooned earned run average of 7.08. The Nationals also have history on their side, winning 7 of the last 9 matchups against the Orioles. As our first pick for this matchup, the Washington Nationals money line is our full game side pick. Looking at how the starting pitchers have fared in different environments, both are actually holding their own. Cade Polich has made just 1 road start but kept things relatively tight with a 1.5 earned run average over 6 innings. Meanwhile, Mackenzie Gore has made 2 starts at home and looked sharp, going 1-0 with a 1.5 earned run average and holding opponents to a .150 batting average across 12 innings. Offensively, both teams are struggling to make things happen when they get runners in scoring position. The Orioles rank 19th in team OPS with runners on at .679, and the Nationals are even lower, tied for 23rd with a .636 mark. When these two teams face off, games tend to lean low scoring. The under has hit in 6 of their last 8 meetings. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Pittsburgh Pirates versus Los Angeles Angels. The Pittsburgh Pirates, currently sitting at 9-15 overall with an 8-16 record against the run line and 11-12-1 when it comes to the over-under, are wrapping up a 3-game set on Thursday afternoon against the Los Angeles Angels, who are at 11-11 overall, 10-12 on the run line, and 12-10 over-under. The Pirates kicked things off with a solid performance, grabbing a 9-3 win in the first game of the series. There's a lot of faith being placed in the Angels for this one, mainly because they've got home field and Tyler Anderson is starting. And to be fair, Anderson has looked sharp lately. He's only given up 5 hits and 2 runs across his last 16.2 innings. That said, it's hard to justify backing the Angels right now. They've been slipping, losing 7 of their last 9 games. No matter how good Anderson's been, this team just doesn't inspire confidence. Offensively, Los Angeles has been stuck in a rut. They've managed to score 3 or fewer runs in 9 of their last 11 games. The Pirates, on the other hand, have looked more composed and sharper in this series. While Mlodzinski hasn't had the best season so far, he's got more in the tank than he's shown. Facing a struggling Angels lineup might be the perfect setup for him to reset and find his rhythm again. Backing the Angels has been a dicey proposition this season. They've been wildly inconsistent and their offense is one of the worst in terms of batting average. They're also striking out way too much. Pittsburgh, by contrast, is taking better at bats. They've moved into the top 10 for walks and have been clutch with runners in scoring position. All things considered, this feels like a spot where the Pirates can go on the road and finish the job strong. As our first pick for this matchup, the Pittsburgh Pirates money line is our full game side pick. Despite the praise for Anderson, he hasn't been the model of consistency. He's been prone to giving up the long ball, and that could be a real issue here. Both Pittsburgh and Los Angeles rank in the top 5 when it comes to home run rate, and both clubs have shown they can bring runners in once they're on base. Throw in a Pirates bullpen that's struggling to get strikeouts and an Angels pitching staff that ranks near the bottom in earned run average, and you got a recipe for some serious offense. The Pirates are getting runs across the plate. They've put up 21 runs in their last 5 games, which says something about their approach right now. On the flip side, the Angels bullpen has been a weak link all season. It's sitting down at 25th in the league. Meanwhile, Anderson hasn't gone past 5.2 innings in 3 of his 4 starts, which only adds more pressure to that shaky bullpen. Los Angeles does have pop. They're currently 4th in home runs, but Mlodzinski should be able to keep them in check. That said, he's given up 8 runs in just 8.1 innings while pitching on the road this year, so it's not all smooth sailing. The over has hit in 4 of the Angels' last 5 games against National League Central opponents, and with both teams capable of hitting the ball out of the park, it feels like we're headed for a high-scoring game. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Tampa Bay Rays versus Arizona Diamondbacks. With the weekend just around the corner, Thursday gives us a solid lineup of baseball games to look forward to. It's the kind of day that makes the wait for the weekend feel worth it. Arizona has been holding it down at home, grabbing wins in 5 of their last 6 games on their own turf. On the flip side, the Rays have had a rough time on the road, dropping 4 straight. The Diamondbacks seem to have a bit of an upper hand in this one. They've been connecting well at the plate when facing right-handed pitchers. Even though Rasmussen has only allowed 2 runs over his last 3 outings, Tampa Bay's bullpen has been shaky all year. That unreliability has already cost him wins in each of those 3 starts. There's a good chance that same story plays out again when they go up against Arizona. Offensively, the Rays aren't likely to find much success either. Burns has been fairly steady for the the Diamondbacks, even though he's allowed 11 earned runs in 4 starts overall. When he's faced the Rays, he's only given up 5 runs in 3 starts. That's the kind of consistency that could keep Tampa Bay's bats quiet again. I'll give the edge in starting pitching to the Rays. Rasmussen's been sharper, and Burns hasn't quite lived up to the hype that came with his move to Arizona. Still, Burns has put together solid numbers against Tampa, and I can't ignore how well the Diamondbacks handle righties. This feels like the kind of spot where Arizona turns things around and comes out with the win to wrap up the series. As our first pick for this matchup, the Arizona Diamondbacks money line is our full game side pick. Lately, the trends are leaning toward lower scoring games for both of these teams. Tampa Bay has played under the total in 3 of their last 4, and Arizona has done the same in their last 2 outings. The Rays are scoring 4.13 runs per game on the season, but only 3.66 in their last 3. They've been hitting right-handers well with a .273 average, but they're running into a pitcher who has held them to 5 runs across 3 games. The Diamondbacks are scoring a healthy 5.43 runs per game overall, but that number's dropped to 3.33 over their last 3 games. They're hitting .255 against right-handed pitching and will face a starter who's only given up 2 runs in his last 4 games and none when he last faced Arizona. All signs point to this being a tight, low-scoring game that doesn't go over the total. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Texas Rangers versus Athletics. The 2025 Major League Baseball betting slate rolls on this Thursday, April 24th with a lineup of 8 games. One of the more intriguing matchups features a divisional clash in the American League West, taking place at Sutter Health Park out in Sacramento, California. It's no surprise that the Rangers are coming in as favorites here, mainly because Jacob deGrom gets the start. He's been steady over 21.2 innings, giving up just 16 hits and 8 earned runs. Most recently, he looked sharp in a dominant outing against the Dodgers. That said, deGrom is still easing back into top form and has issued 5 walks in his last 11 innings. The Rangers, as a team, aren't exactly lighting it up at the plate either. They've managed 3 or fewer runs in 7 of their past 11 games. On the other side, Jin has only pitched 10 innings, but he's been decent: 9 hits, 4 runs, and 13 strikeouts. It's a small sample, sure, but through 8 career starts, he's shown he might belong at this level. As our first pick for this matchup, the Athletics money line is our full game side pick. Sutter Health Park has looked pretty friendly for hitters in the early going at the big league level, but that might not hold up in this one. Both pitchers on the hill have the tools to keep the bats quiet. deGrom's reputation and resume are solid, and Jin has a way of keeping the ball on the ground, which could come in handy here. The Rangers have hit the under in 7 of their last 8 games, and Tuesday's contest was the first time they scored more than 5 runs since April 12th. On the other hand, the A's are 3-4-2 on the over in their last 9 outings and just 1-3-2 against American League West opponents when it comes to hitting the over this season. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.